Today we are talking about the brand spanking new stencil printer by Elite called the S7. Now, full disclosure, Elite did send me this product. However, they do not get to see this review before it goes out. They do not get to approve anything. They are seeing it at the exact same time that you are. All opinions expressed are also just that, my opinions. So as always, the price. Now the Elite S7 will set you back £220 or $269. In the box, just like the S6, you get your charging cable, you get the S6 itself, plus a nice little carry case, along with the usual warranty card. Now the build quality, as we are used to by Elite, is pretty good. I will say that the S7 does have a more aesthetically pleasing look in my opinion, with those edges rounded off. The new S7 comes with an OLED display displaying battery life, Bluetooth status, and also your print status. And instead of a side switch, the power switch is now moved to the top just under the OLED display. Just like the S6, the S7 is very, very light and it is very portable. You can see it easily just slips into a bag. I put it in my my side pocket on my bag. It is so easy to carry around and it adds very little weight. So if you are doing conventions and stuff like that, you will have no problem transporting. Now for size comparison, you can see here at the size of my iPad just how big the S7 is. This is the smaller iPad, by the way. And finally, the S7 is CE and FCC approved. The printer has a 2400 milliamp battery, printing 100 to 160 stencils from a full charge. Now, I've not actually tested that because I don't want to be sat there printing 160 stencils off. However, what I will say is that on the S6, in the 6 months that I've had it, I have charged it 0 times, and that is out of box. So I can pretty much guarantee that 120 to 160 stencils on a full charge is pretty accurate. Now, one thing that sets the S7 apart from every other stencil printer is this is the first of its kind to print wirelessly to Mac and from Procreate. So just to show you Mac printing, what you need to do is connect your S7 to your Mac, MacBook, whatever you've got, and you need to download the Elite Stencil app. Now, when it comes to getting the app, you cannot get it through the Mac App Store. You need to download it through the Elite Tattoo website. So to do that, what you would do is put in elitettatoo.com, scroll right down to the bottom, and there is an option for Elite Stencil downloads. So we'll click that, and then it'll ask you for your Mac client. So you would do Elite Stencil Mac Intel, or you would do Elite Stencil Mac Apple M1, depending on the type of MacBook that you have. Now, once you've downloaded the app, you are pretty much ready to go. All you need to do is connect your new S7 to your Mac via Bluetooth. Now, if the app isn't showing it, just carry on as you would go through and click print, and then it'll ask you to connect a printer, and it should pick up the S7 right there. Once you've got your stencil app, what you need to do is just drag and drop your image in, and then go to the top right corner, click print. As you can see, the printer isn't showing, so just click add printer, and it should find the Pocket Jet S7 right there. Connect. The density that you can print is based on the paper that you are using. Some paper can, transfer a deeper density than others, and if you find that your S7 is getting stuck paper-wise, God, that drilling's really putting me off, then you can just lower the density down to a medium and then press print. Now, the paper that I'm going to be using is the Elite Stencil paper, and it is the 14-inch, but we're going to press print. And then once you've done, you have yourself a nice clean, sharp stencil. Now, I would love to be showing you the Procreate feature. However, we have hit a little bit of a snag. So what is that snag, you might ask? Well, let's say that we wanted to take this stencil right here and print it. What we would normally do is click select, click share it as a JPEG, And then you'd have the option for the Elite Stencil app up in here. But even when you click more, it's just not there. Sorry to interrupt. As you've just heard, past Chris was saying that Procreate wasn't working. Well, future Chris and editor Chris has received a message from his contact at Elite now saying that it is working. I've checked it. It works. So let me show you how it works. So for Procreate printing, what you're going to do is click the plus button and then pick your canvas as A4. This will ensure that you get the best possible print. Once you've done that, you're going to click the spanner and click share as JPEG. And then the option will come up for Elite Stencil. So we'll click that. Then you'll be presented with single sheet or image segmentation. This is basically for your big back pieces when you bring all your stencils together. But for this, we'll click single sheet. And there it's loaded. Resize, fit to page. Now we're ready to print. All we're going to do is press the print button. Then we are going to be presented with our print density, light, medium, dark or deep. For this, we'll go medium and print. And there we have yet another very usable stencil. Now it's time to see if the printer struggles with different brands of thermal paper. I have two different brands, one being a generic brand and the other being Elite Stencil's actual own thermal paper. So first up is Elite's own brand, and this is their 14-inch extra long paper, printing on a dark print density. Next we have the generic brand, however we are printing on 11-inch, just the standard A4, and we are keeping the print density to dark. So here's both the stencils printed off side by side, but let's get a closer look. So let's briefly just talk about the app a little bit. Is it the perfect app? Absolutely not. But does it do the job? Absolutely, it does the job. As you've seen, I've just printed those two stencils through the app and they printed absolutely flawlessly. So it's good enough to do what you need it to do. There is some features missing that I believe should be on there, and I've gave that feedback, and apparently it's getting implemented. One of those being stencil history. One of the things that I'm having to do at the minute is take a screenshot of the dimensions of the stencil that I'm printing out, so on future sessions I can just pick those dimensions back up. Having a print history on there with those dimensions on would be so much easier, and like I said, apparently it's coming, which is a good thing. Even though the app isn't the best right now, I can see it improving with time, providing they do get the feedback to implement. But 90% of the time that I am printing, I am using the Stencil app and it works absolutely fine. I've had no real issues with it. The app is available on App Store and Google Play Store. It's extremely easy to download. Just download, connect your printer, and bish bash bosh, you have a stencil. On the app, you can print with your standard A4 11-inch, and you can also print with the extra long 14-inch for those extra big tattoos. But not only that, it also comes with splitting for when you have back pieces. So all in all, is the Elite S7 worth it over the S6? Well, firstly, one, the price, they are very similar, if not the same, depending on your supplier. So you're already getting an upgrade for the same price. So in that respect, definitely. 2, the Procreate feature. If that Procreate feature starts to work, just seamlessly going from Procreate into the Elite Stencil app would be awesome. But obviously that's left to be desired at the minute. I am honestly really gutted that I couldn't show you the Procreate feature. And again, I have been assured that it is getting fixed. But I can only report back on what I am, dealing with right now. I can't be like, you should get this because in the future it will work. That's just not who I am. But I think for what the stencil is lacking at the moment, it's really good, man. It prints off really, really clean, concise stencils. I haven't had any jamming with it, and even if you do, you can just put that density down depending on the paper that you're using. So it works, man. It does what it says on the tin. Now, do I think it would be worth upgrading from the S6 to the S7? If you really want that Procreate feature, or you really need it for a Mac, then absolutely. The S7 is the first stencil printer that is made for Mac. So yeah, it's worth upgrading for. Just sell your S6, put it towards getting the S7. However, if you just want the stencil printer to print from your iPad through the Elite Stencil app, just to print stencils, and that is all you need it for, I would say it's probably not worth upgrading to the S7. If you do not have either, get the S7 over the S6, because even if you don't want those features, you might use them in the future. But that is all for today. I apologize for any background noise you might have heard during this review. If you are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps. Like the video, comment on the video. Do you have the S7? Are you thinking about getting the S7? Let me know. And don't forget to turn on the bell to get notified every time I upload. Also, if you are, new to the channel and you want to watch some, some cool new shit, you should definitely try this video. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Much love.